Myself Suman Chatterjee, a research scholar of Department of Botany, University of North Bengal, India, and an employee of University of North Bengal. I would like to thank the host of the seminar for inviting me to present my paper as a speaker in this virtual mode seminar. The topic of my talk is small borrowers indebtedness and repayment of loan in the district of Darjeeling, West Bengal, India. The present study is an offshoot of my PhD dissertation, for which I had collected data from the areas of district of Darjeeling while working on arbitrage issue. I also explored this present issue, and I am going to share these findings with you. The objective of this study: to analyze various issues relating to indebtedness of the small borrowers and their capacity of repayment of loans, to analyze the relational aspect of total quantum of loans taken by the small borrower and the number of loan defaulted by the small borrower, to analyze the relational aspect of total number of loan taken by the small borrower and the number of loan defaulted by the small borrowers. The research hypothesis that I have considered: number one, the small borrowers repay loans regularly. Number two, the cause of repayment defaulted loan is the quantum of money taken as a loan. And number three, the cause of repayment defaulted loans is the total number of loans that is taken by the small borrower. The region and the area of the study. The region and the area of the study, I have considered the district of Darjeeling of India. The district of Darjeeling has been divided into two parts, hilly region and the plains. And for my survey work, I have considered the areas of the plain of Darjeeling district, which includes 4 blocks and 1 municipal corporation. 4 blocks are Matigara blocks, Fashidawa blocks, Khoribari blocks, Naxalbari blocks, and Shiliguri municipal corporation. Universe and sample. All the borrowers of the district of Darjeeling who have taken loan of rupees 200,000 per account are the universe of this study, and small borrowers residing in the study region who has taken loan of rupees 200,000 per account from any provider are the small borrowers. This is been taken as sample. I have collected 244 number of samples from these 4 blocks and Shiliguri Municipal Corporation. Data collection. Data have been collected from both sources, primary sources as well as secondary sources. Primary data have been collected through a structured questionnaire, and a survey was conducted in 4 blocks and Shiliguri Municipal Corporation, and overall 244 samples have been collected. And for secondary data, I have used journals, periodicals, the report of Reserve Bank of India. All these have been considered as my secondary data. Data processing. The collected primary and secondary data have been processed in a very simpler way in a tabular form. In a very simple calculation, percentage calculation has been shown with a comparative analysis. And at last, for relational aspects, a correlation analysis has been conducted, and for testing of these correlation coefficient, I have conducted a t-test as a significant test. Small borrowers. Reserve Bank of India defined loan account up to rupees 200,000 as small borrower account, and the same has been considered in the study. That is, borrower with a loan of rupees 200,000 per account have been considered small borrowers. Therefore, the total loan of small borrowers may be more than rupees 200,000, but rupees 200,000 is the limit of taking loan from any lender. Any borrower who has taken loan more than rupees 200,000 from any lender has not been considered as small borrower in this study. Kelso RW in 1941 stated the term small loan is not actually small. It is a big issue for borrowers' stress. It is critical for legislators for protecting borrowers, and it creates win-loss situation for lender. Farland et al. Showed that getting deserved credit reduced depressive symptoms of many borrowers. While observing various reports of Reserve Bank of India, it is found that the loan limit of small borrower account per account was up to rupees 1983 10,000 rupees 10,000 per account, which was increased in 1984 to rupees 25,000 per account. Again in 1999, the amount of loan per small borrower account was increased to rupees 200,000. And since 1999, the limit of small borrower account is rupees 200,000. Credit source considered in this study. All the credit sources have been divided in two parts in this study, that is formal sources and informal sources. Formal sources are those on which some regulation has been imposed by the government agencies, and informal sources are those on which no control and regulation of government exists. Informal sources of credit are run by the whims of lender. I must mention here that in 2011, certain restriction on microfinance activities in India had been imposed by Reserve Bank of India on the recommendation of Malagam Committee 2011 report. And for this, microfinance loan has been considered loan from formal sources, as Reserve Bank of India is regulating the microfinance activities in India by issuing various circulars on their activities. Indebtedness of the small borrowers. It simply means the total amount owed from someone. That is, the total amount of loan liability of small borrower has been considered as indebtedness in this study. Small borrowers make themselves indebted either from formal sources or from informal sources. Here, I would like to quote one interesting statement that was given by Malcolm Darling, that a peasant is born in debt, lives in debt, and dies in debt. This was the condition of small borrowers in colonial settings in India. Informal credit sources dominated credit market of India up to 1971. In 1951, the share of informal sources was 92.8%, which gradually decreased, and in 2012, the share of credit of informal source came down to 44%. The share of formal sources was only 7.2% in 1951 and gradually increased. In 2012, the share of formal sources of credit increased to 56%. The major formal sources of credit in India are commercial, public, private sector banks, cooperatives, etc. And the major informal sources are money lenders, relatives and friends, etc. The nationalization of commercial banks in India in 1969 and the policy of opening new bank branches in unbanked region helped to increase the domination of formal sources of credit. Repayment of loans. Repayment of loans refers to return of loan amount to the lender with or without interest, in part or in full or in equal installment. The issues of repayments are: number one, it can be paid regularly following the schedule of repayment. Number two, there can be irregular repayment of loans. And number three, there can be absolute non-repayment of loans. In this study, I have used the term defaulted repayment, which includes irregular repayment and absolute non-repayment of loans. Here, I must mention that according to Roy and Shami 2016, the practice of limited liability was evident in pre-colonial settings. There was Damdupat rule in India. Repayment defaulter borrowers had to pay max to max double the amount that he borrowed actually. This rule safeguarded the debtor's interest. There was another rule which favored the lender was Pew's obligation, which made sons and grandsons liable for their ancestors' unpaid loan. Nowadays, in West Bengal, Bengal Moneylenders Act 1940 is effective, and before this act, there were some other acts which were number one, the Usury Laws Repeal Act 1885, the Usurious Loan Act 1918, the Bengal Moneylenders Act 1933. Another interesting findings that Bhattacharya and Rajiv 2010 showed is that more adverse term of credit, better is the chance of timely repayment in case of informal loans taken from moneylender. The loans taken from relative and friend takes longer times to be repaid. Source of formal and informal credit, considering number of borrowers. In case of informal credit source, around 14% of the total borrowers had taken loans from moneylenders. Around 11% of the borrowers had taken loans from their friends and relatives. Normally, loans from friends and relatives is free from charge of interest. Around 9% of the small borrowers had taken loan from local organizing committee. Percentage of formal and informal loan in the district. Around 79% of the total loans taken by the borrowers are from formal sources. Around 21% of the total loans taken by the borrowers are informal loans. Number of formal loans per borrower is 1.43 and number of informal loan per borrower is 0.39. The average loan per borrower in the district found to be 1.81 loan. Number of credit sources used by small borrowers at a time. Maximum number of small borrowers, around 45%, prefer to take loans from two sources at a time. More than 85% of the small borrowers in the district take loan from up to two sources at a time. Amount borrowed by the respondent small borrower considering the range of borrowing. Maximum borrowers in the district borrowed in the range of rupees 10,000 and more but less than rupees 50,000. Around 66% of the borrowers had taken loan up to rupees 100,000. More than 88% of the borrowers had taken loans up to rupees 200,000. Repayment of loans in the district considering the number of borrowers. More than 92% of the borrowers repay their loans regularly. Around 5% of the borrowers repay their loan in irregular manner and around 2% of the borrowers did not repay the loan. In this study, these irregular and absolute non-repayment of loans have been considered as defaulted repayment of loan. Source of repayment of loans considering the number of small borrower. Maximum small borrower, that is around 70%, repay their loans by generating income using the loan amount. 37% of the total borrower used other sources of income for repayment of loans. These other sources are taking money from son, daughters, other business, wages, etc. That is from other income of the family members. Source-wise repayment of loan considering number of loan. Around 94% of the total number of loan taken from formal and informal sources are repaid regularly. Around 4% of the total number of loans are repaid in irregular manner and around 1% of the total loans are not repaid at all. Around 93% of the total number of loans taken from informal sources repaid regularly and only in case of around 7.5% of the total informal loans the borrower found defaulter. Irregular and non-repayment of loan on the basis of indebtedness considering number of loans. 24% of the total number of loans on which repayment is in default are in the range of indebtedness of rupees 10,000 to less than rupees 50,000. 56% of the total number of loans on which repayment is in default are in the range of indebtedness of rupees 50,000 and more but less than rupees 200,000. 20% of the total number of loan on which repayment is in default are found in the range of indebtedness of 200,000 and more. All loans below rupees 10,000 were repaid in full. Comparison between average number of loan taken and average number of loan defaulted in repayment. Source wise, average number of loan per borrower is 1.811 and average number of loan per borrower on which repayment is in default is 1.94 loans. Average number of formal loan per borrower is 1.55, but average number of formal loan per borrower on which repayment is in default is 1.86. That is, the average loan per borrower is more in case of defaulter borrowers. The same scenario was observed in case of informal loans also. The average number of loan per defaulter borrower is more than the average loan per borrower. Absolute non-repayment. In case of absolute non-repayment of formal loan, the average loan per defaulter borrower is 2.5 loan, which is more than average loan per borrower. And the same scenario observed in case of absolute non-repayment of informal loan and as a whole. This fact lead to assume the hypothesis that the cause of repayment defaulted loan is the total number of loans that borrowers have taken. Indebtedness and number of repayment defaulted loans on the basis of source of credit. The total indebtedness of 18 number of borrowers have been pointed out. 18 defaulter borrowers had taken 22 number of loans from formal sources and 13 number of loans from informal sources. Out of these 35 number of loans, they were defaulter of repayment of 25 number of loans. Out of 22 number of loans taken from formal sources, repayment defaulted in 18 number of loans. And out of 13 number of loans taken from informal sources, repayment defaulted in 7 number of loans. Considering the fact presented before you, a correlation analysis between quantum of indebtedness and number of repayment defaulted loan was done and found insignificant as R is minus 0.0 at 0 level. And another correlation analysis between total number of loans taken by defaulter borrowers and number of repayment defaulted loan was done, and correlation coefficient found to be 0.3946. So a positive correlation have been found between these two, but a t-test is conducted and t-test it is found very insignificant. So there is no relation between the number of loan the defaulter borrower, total number of loan the defaulter borrower had taken and the number of loan on which repayment is defaulted. Major findings of the study. Number 1, self-help group loans and loans from banks are the main sources of credit to small borrowers in case of formal source of credit. Number 2, in case of informal loans, borrowers still depend heavily on money lenders and then friend and relatives. More than 82% of the small borrowers keep their total indebtedness up to rupees 200,000. Majority of the small borrowers like to be indebted to formal sources, around 79%, than informal sources, that is around 21%. Number of loan per borrower is more in case of formal loans, that is 1.43, than informal loans, that is at 0.39. Around 86% of the small borrower like to be indebted from up to two sources at a time. Number 7, 94% of the total loans taken by the small borrowers are repaid regularly. Number 8, maximum small borrowers around 70% repay loans by generating income using the loan amount. Number 9, percentage of absolute non-repayment in case of informal loan is more than the percentage of formal loans. Percentage of number of defaulted loan repayment in case of formal loan around 82% on the number of formal loans taken by the defaulted borrower is higher than the percentage of number of defaulted loan in case of informal loan, around 54% on formal loans taken by the defaulted borrowers. The study unable to establish any correlation between the total indebtedness of small borrower and the number of repayment defaulted loan. That is, the cause of repayment defaulted loan is not the quantum of money taken as loan. And same scenario, same findings have been found in case of repayment defaulted loan and the total number of loan taken by the defaulter borrowers. On the basis of my discussion, I would like to draw my conclusion that a relevant policy regarding the limit of quantum of loan in case of formal sources to be implemented, as quantum of loan and number of repayment defaulted loan is not correlated, and there is also no significant correlation found between total number of loans taken by the small borrower and number of loans on which repayment is in default. Considering all the above, a proper policy to be framed by the appropriate authority so that small borrowers can be benefited. Thank you.